Well, after finishing my master's degree from FIU and started working with the Department of Transportation, I quickly realized that working only is not going to help me. So I decided to start investing in the real estate. And once I get to the point that I can quit and come full time, in 1995, I start investing in apartment building and commercial real estate. Recognizing that cash flow, long-term appreciation, and all the tax savings that you utilize through this thing, uh, that was my calling, and I love real estate. So since that we've been doing apartment buildings. Well, the reason we focus on multifamily is a threefold. One, we can provide a proper housing for the people. I have seen enough in the market where there's so much slumlords, and we wanted to make sure we provide the housing that people deserve, and we make sure that families who staying there, they have as a home rather than just just somebody's living there. We care for people. We also invest with our investors. Multifamily gives us a long-term capital gain. It gives appreciation, it gives depreciation. So our investor also enjoy side by side with us investing in apartment building. And we have a passion for real estate. We like to make deals with the people. We like to, hands-on, you can touch something. I'm not a stock market guy, so this is what causes this long-term asset, and everybody is gonna need a housing. I mean, that's the primary need for the human being. Well, initially when we started out with a 10 unit. We thought that was a more manageable, units, and later on we got into the more and more bigger units. And second deal we had 40 units that we got that was just really, in a bad location, bad neighborhood. Even though we made a good money, like as every apartment buildings, that you could be, earning cash flow and passive income. But that was our bad. So we realized from there that we need to have a good location. So location is like key for the real estate market. And since then we have acquiring properties in the B locations where they constantly produce cash flow. They always full. And even in today's market, looking at the COVID, all of our properties, we collected 90% or 90% collections on these properties. At this moment, we operate and manage close to 2,500 units in 8 different states. Well, any investment has a risk behind it, but based on our experience and enough information gathered for last 160 years, we found out multifamily investment is the best investment as of now and produces cash flow, always appreciate. You can there's some tax advantage with the multifamily. Everybody needs a house to stay on, and the God is not creating any land anymore. So the land is limited. So if you have the best location and the best property, it is considered to be one of the best investments. Well, compared to other commercial real estate like hotels and student housing and retail centers, multifamily has done great. Depending on again on the class system, some class C properties has affected more because those were the people, they were got fired from job from the restaurants or any other blue collar workers. They were affected more. So those properties have affected our portfolio. We always focus on a B class property that they have produced, as a matter of fact, better or equal amount that we've been getting it. All our cash flow has been collection has been 95% throughout the COVID, and we really, and that enforces as investor that multifamily is the better class in commercial real estate. And that's the reason right now we're just 100% focusing on multifamilies. Well, based on last 25 years of working with the people, we have developed a relationship with the broker relationship. Most of the time we find off-market properties. We also get the properties from special services in the past through the banks and directly from the owners. So that's our resources. They come to us when any broker lists the property or they have a property, they got pocket listing. They always call us, and we analyze before anybody else gets a look at it. Second thing is, once we have a property secured, we got to go through extensive due diligence process in order to make sure it meets our buying criteria. We got hundreds of buying criteria where we look at it, and we analyze hundreds of properties before we pick one investment. Well, most of our deals are structured through general and limited partnership. basically we create a syndication every time we have acquisition, and the syndication, general partners finds the property, gets the financing, gets the due diligence, manages the property, and disposes off the property once it gets down. So that's the general partner side of it. And Terra Equity acts as a general partner, and the limited partners, the people, they bring their investments through Roth IRA, 401k, their private investment, special IRAs, and they invest side by side with us, where they achieve the same or higher return through our experience, through the finding the deal and creating value for the property, managing it successfully. Well, typically, needed from investors, they had to be accredited investors, and if some has no idea what the accredited investor is, we can always help them to either find out or show them how to become accredited investor in the future. These kind of projects that there's going to be a whole time from investors, so they have to be committed for anywhere from 3 to 5 years on the project. And investment side totally depends on the project, that how much the project's required and how much the investor want to invest. Well, once the investor had identified the investment, they're supposed to take a look at it, their syndication package with their attorneys and accountants, to decide that which choice is better. They want to invest individually or as an entity or through the trust or through their 401k. Once they make the decision, then they sit down with one of the investment person that dealing with that project, so they can identify if they are accredited investors or not. Once they get qualified as accredited investor and they're able to invest in the project, then they usually expect that they will get a cash flow on a monthly basis. They get some investors do quarterly basis, some do monthly basis. We typically do the monthly basis. And we feel that why should investors have to wait for 3 months? Then they should be getting paid every month like everybody else. Also, they expect some tax benefit out of it that they should discuss with their tax professionals or their CPAs. And when the property gets sold, they should expect their equity back, and plus whatever that property have produced, the returns on the property, they should expect that. Well, typically you can schedule a call with one of our advisors, or you can go to our website, or you can go through our Instagram and request the information from there, or call us.